Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. Today I'd like to show you some embellishments I've been making. I need to stock up on my embellishments because I don't have many. So I've been having fun with my stamp catalogue. This one's not that crash hot, the pictures aren't that good, but I thought, you know, I don't want to waste it, so I've been trying to do some stuff with that. And also with my Kate Greenaway pictures out of these, the Book of Days and the Kate Greenaway collection. She does the best pictures, so I thought I'd try and make some use of them. Now first I used my Kaisercraft stamp die and cut out some stamps, or stamp shapes I should say. I did these ones in coffee dyed paper. And thought that that'd be a good backing because a lot of the stamps, you know, they in the catalogue they've just got the smooth edges and I wanted them to look a bit more like stamps, so I've been cutting them out and sticking them onto the dies and just inking around them a bit, making a whole lot of those, which will be great for embellishments. And then with those I have been making some of these. Now I see a lot of altered guest checks and I don't have guest checks, so I found this tax invoice book. This was at the newsagents and the colour, you know, it looks quite vintage with the style of writing and the colour. So I've been using those to start altering. And this is some I made last night. Now there's the stamp that I've made, and I also cut one of the black and white pictures out of the Kate Greenaway book and just backed it onto music paper, inked around it and stuck that on. I quite like that. It could do with more embellishment, but I don't want to over embellish because depending on what sort of journal I'm going to put it in, I'll embellish it more once I put it into that journal so it fits in. So with these I figured they can be paper clipped to the top of a page. And what I've done is left the little copy, the carbon copy piece as well, so that there's a lot of journaling space there. So someone could, like, yeah, you could paper clip it up the top, take paper clip off, and you've got a lot of journaling space. And then I just sewed a bit of fabric that I'd torn onto the top just to hold the pieces together a bit better. And these are another two. I'll probably stick some black and white pictures on them or other embellishments, but I quite like that. So, and these are the stamps out of the catalogue that didn't quite fit onto the die, so they make nice little bits there. They don't look so good when you just cut them out as is, but when you stick them onto here I actually quite like that, so I've been making those. And secondly, I have been cutting out all these beautiful pictures and making some pockets and journaling cards and such. So that's a lovely picture cut out and put onto some music paper. And then I've been using my old manila folders. I got a whole lot of new ones in one of my hauls, and so I thought I'd replace all my old ones with nice new ones, and then I can use all my old ones to cut up for embellishments. So I've been getting a lot of use out of those. This will make a nice pocket, and I've just sewed around it. A bit wonky, but it'll do. And this one. So they can be just slipped into your pockets or used as little journaling cards, clipped. As I said, I didn't want to over embellish these either, you know, so that I can embellish them when I put them into the journal. So I've just inked around the edges mostly. That could be a bookmark one, or just a pocket down the bottom of a page. And then these, which I love as well. And I've managed to thread the ribbon through the holes in the bottom. I'll show you how I've done those after. And this one, which I love, little baby in a cradle in the treetop. And I've used Rick Rack that I've threaded through on that one. That was quite fun to thread through, not. And then I just stick it at the back. Ink around the edges. So they've turned out quite nicely. Also, when there's pictures that I can use this circle punch on that fit quite nicely. I'll cut them out and back them, and then cut a piece out of manila folder as well to back it with, to keep it nice and sturdy. And these can just be slipped in and used as a journaling spot, or I can punch a hole in there and thread some ribbon as a tag. So they're quite cute. There's another one. And I've also been doing the same with this tag punch, making little tags and backing them with manila folder. And on some of the pages in the bigger book, I think all the pages have this border around them of the apple tree. So I've been using my tag punch on that as well, and you get a double-sided tag out of that. I'll probably use it for some other decorations as well, but I'll make a fair few tags. It'd be good to slip in some happy mails and stuff. So yes, that's what I've been doing. So I thought while I've got you with me, we can get on and I can show you how I make the journaling card that's got the threaded ribbon on. So I'll just grab my pieces here. So you get so many lovely pictures on each of these pages, so I'm trying to make the most of as many pictures as I can. Utilise as many as possible and not waste any. So I reckon we'll go for either that picture or that one. Let me just see what ribbons I've got. Again, I'm using the ribbons that I pull off of my shirts. Actually, I think I see a ribbon that will go very nicely with that one, so I think we'll do that one. So I hope everyone's recovered from Easter all right. I ate a bit too much chocolate. Not that I mind. Still waiting for the rain here. Hopefully we'll get some soon. Had to sprinkle the garden last night with a sprinkler. Have it on for quite a while just to really wet the ground because everything's looking sad out there. While I've got you as well, I'd like to thank everyone who watched my autism spread video. Really thank everyone for their wonderful comments on YouTube and also on Facebook. It meant a lot to me that people left comments, especially people who left comments about their own personal association with autism. Yeah, it was really good. I think, that's part of the awareness, is being able to open up about it and know that you're not the only one and that there's a lot of others going through similar things. So that was excellent, and I'm glad I did it. You never know when you post personal things like that, how people are going to react to it. So it was really good. So thank you. Now I'm just going to ink around the edges of this one a little bit, the picture. Now I've got a green distress ink here, just to highlight it a bit. I like doing different colours depending on what ribbons and other bits I'm going to use. Right, that looks alright. Now glue it on. This was very relaxing, sitting at the TV last night and just cutting a whole lot of these out and the stamps. Definitely need a stockpile of embellishments. I'm sick of, when I go to do something, I just don't have anything to grab to put on it. So I can see why people sit and make a whole pile of things now. And then I just cut around that. It's a good way of using up the old manila folders. Right, now ink around the edges of this as well. Been having fun with all my swaps in all my Facebook groups lately, but I did a bit of a whoopsie the other day and managed to send something. I had one person's name on it and another person's address on it. So that was a bit of a whoopsie, that one. I don't know how it happened. So I must take a bit more care when I'm doing my packaging. Alright, now we'll find the ribbon that we're going to put in. Got a nice sort of olivey, light olive coloured one here. Oh, this one looks even better. I think that would look beautiful down there. So now the way I've done this, I've seen other people do it. I don't know if they do it with a binding tool to put the holes in. But I was at the second-hand shop one day and I found this punch, and I knew that I had one of these, and I was hoping it would fit, which it did fit in there nicely. So I thought maybe that would work. So I played around with this last night. It's a bit hard to push down, this one, so we'll see how we go. You need muscles for it. So I'll put this in. I look underneath because it's the best way to line it up. So we don't want it too close to the edge. Oh, it's hard work, that is. And then I line up the holes with the holes underneath to see where to press it down next. So I think I'll do it just there. And try not to move it too much. Oops, I think I must have moved it a bit, but that won't matter. Move it along a bit more. I think once we put the ribbon in, it won't show up as much. Now, I want to get it, think about, I think we've got something stuck in there that's making it not line up properly. There we go, try that. Looking better. Alright, I'll move it along to there. Here we go. Now there's been a bit of a whoopsie there, but I think it'll be alright. We'll see what it looks like once we've threaded the ribbon. You get the idea anyway. It can be a pain when you go to turn it over that you don't move it as you're doing it. So now I usually go in this way. This is where the fiddly fun is, especially with the rickrack. So don't mind me while I fumble around. Now, if it twists a bit, you can just there, pull it through. This is where I need to, I don't know, I have to find out what editing program everyone uses so I can fast forward and stuff. I don't think YouTube has all these, like fast forward and add text and all that. If it does and I'm wrong, let me know. I haven't had a really good look at it. My son was editing for me, but I think he's quit his job. Halfway there. There must be a lot of punches and dies that do different sort of holes like this, so probably even just use a hole punch with some small ribbon. I'm getting the knack of this now. Turning out to be a lovely day, so get out in the garden afterwards. I've got piles of work to do out there before the weeds start growing too much. Fortunately, with the lack of rain, the weeds haven't had enough water to grow, so everything's just dying off. So it's a good time to get all the paths done and that before the rain does come. Alright, finished. Doesn't look too bad where I've overshot with the punch there, so I think that'll be fine. Now I'll just pull it along a bit, and with this edge we want to just glue it down like that so it looks neat. So I just get that dab of glue off the top of my bottle. I usually just put a little bit here. Stick it down there, and just a little bit here. And then with this side, we'll do the same. Just cut it off a bit. Alright, so that's a finished product. I think that looks quite nice. It would look nice, you know, you can put flowers or bling or whatever on there as well, but I don't want to put too much on it just yet. It depends where I'm going to end up using it and whether I use it as a pocket or as a journaling card that's stuck in. So I'll embellish it more when I figure out what I'm going to do with it. Now, also I thought we might do one of these while I'm at it. I'll grab my invoice papers, get the two bits out. Now, find my stamp catalogue. Got stuff all over the place here, so bear with me. There we go. Got my coffee dyed little stamp bits. Out of this. Now this one I quite like these big ones. As I said, they look quite good on the top like that, so I might chop that one out. And I might also chop out one that we can stick onto our little die cuts. Might do. That one's not very big, so I might do the one down here. I love these stamp catalogues. You get so many out of them and you can use them in your clusters or just to stick on papers or to make a faux postcard. Alright, now for this one I'll grab I'll show you this too. I got these containers. There were all sorts of different shaped ones at Woolworths. They were half price and really cheap, and they're so handy. This one I've got my inks in, and I can fit all my big inks and some daubers down there as well, so that's been really good. Alright, so I ink around the edges of the stamps just because they're a bit white where I've cut them. You won't believe the mess I've made, or you probably would because you're all fellow crafters doing these. It's amazing how you can just be doing such simple things, but you have to drag out half the craft room to do it. Because I do film on my kitchen table because my craft room's a bit pokey. I hope to get in there with the camera one day. I definitely want to do a tour once I've got it organised. It's taking a while to get to that stage. A bit of glue on here. I'll just ink around the edge of that too. I like to use different coloured distress inks depending on what I'm doing. I like black with these darker ones because it looks nice and grungy. So what we might do is 2 of these. Doesn't matter if they come apart because I'm going to sew the fabric on the top afterwards. So a bit of glue on the back of this. Put him up there. I think it just adds a bit of interest to another journaling spot. That one there. Alright, now there's also some black and white pictures here which I quite like. So I think it's a hard decision sometimes on what to cut out and not, depending on what's on the other side. But I quite like this one, so I think we'll take him out. Just do a bit of a fussy cut around. Don't have to be too neat. Do a bit of ink. I think my dog's got the sneezies. I don't know if you heard that or not. It wasn't me choking to death or anything. I think she's waiting under the table for me to stop being so boring as usual. Right, and to back that, I've got some old music paper. Love using the old music paper. Now I do have an offcut, but I know my offcut's not going to be big enough. This is quite ripped up as it is, so it's a good piece to rip up more, I reckon. So, let's have a look what piece we might like him. Quite like him there. Down. Just take that off, round that a bit. Now figure out where and which one we want him on. I think I like him on this one better. Still a bit. I think that'll do. Ink around the edges of the paper. It's actually quite warm. Strange for it to be so warm. It's freezing overnight though. think we're getting down to 6 degrees or whatever. Won't be long and it'll be 0 overnight or below here. Something like that. So stick him on there. That one. Now I might grab a picture for this other one. I think that one might be a tad big. It's almost just as big, but I do quite like this one. Oh, we've got these people which I like. I'll use this one, I think. Might be able to save the people. Just tidy these corners up a little bit. A bit better, I think. So, a bit more music paper for that one. Ink it. A lot of the time I look at these black and white pictures, I don't like them much and don't know what to do with them. But I don't like wasting any of the bits really. I try and use as much as I can if I'm going to break up a book. So I think they go well on these sort of receipts. Now, this bit which isn't really high enough would go out the edges, so I don't think I like that. Okay. This off cut. Don't like that either. We can do something with this piece. No. There it is. I just lost my little picture then. Oh, I think that would look good. So, look around that. And all these bits I won't waste because they're perfect for collages and franking paper. So I might stick it on and then we can rip around some more if we need to afterwards. Go around this edge a bit. Quite like that. Bit of ink. I tried using like a triangular makeup sponge because they were really cheap for doing this and it didn't quite work out as well as I wanted. So I'll have to keep experimenting with them and see. They might be good for stenciling or something, so I'll try a few different things with them. Might just darken this up a little bit too. they're pretty good, I reckon. There we go. So that's what it will look like, and then I'll get this grey stuff that I got in a haul the other day and just snip it like such, and then rip it so it ties and curls a bit, and I like that look. And then, you know, that will just be sewn on the top, and that will hold the two pieces together to make a little book. So yes, I thought I'd show you what I've been doing with the, you know, I get so many books on the hauls and I haven't had time to do anything with them. So slowly I'm starting to be able to, you know, get something done, which is great. So, and these are so quick and easy, and I really like that. And as I said, it gives lots of good journaling space, paper clipped on the top. And this one as well, give it a go, it's good fun. Adds a nice little embellishment, threading the ribbon through like that. So, and yeah, make the most of your old manila folders. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day, everyone. See ya.